Hey, get away. My name is Alex. This is my cruising story. I'm a crew member that works on board for almost 13 years or a little bit more than 13 years, different cruise line companies. As of now, I'm employed by Norwegian Cruise Line. This is Norwegian Breakaway and I'm filming from the comfort of my stateroom. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing my personal story. This is going to be the family visit, how my lovely family visited me while I'm working on board. So my assignment, my contract is usually 6 months. It means I'm working every day. Working as assistant cruise director, it means we are planning, hosting, and executing different events and activities. Also, I have a team to support me. I have the cruise director to support me, or I support him, and so on and so forth. So right away, what can you learn from this video? What can you pick up? What can you enrich your life with? First of all, I'm going to be visiting beautiful places like Dubrovnik. I'm going to be showing you how the visit of the family, of Ukrainian family of mine looks like, how the life of assistant cruise director on board looks like, how it's to work every day, and then once your family, which you haven't seen some of them for 3.5 years, how this family visit, how this reunion looks like. A little bit of glimpse of the ship, a little bit of emotions, a little bit of our feelings, a little bit behind the scene tour, a little bit of a tour in Dubrovnik. My comments on all this, that's what's going to be waiting for you in this video. So if you're up to this, let's literally dive in. Now, this is going to be also a very personal story for me because also, as you understand from the name of this video, I am Ukrainian. And for last over than 3.5 years, I haven't been home, obviously because of the full-scale invasion, because of terrorist state of Russia, which came to my lovely Ukraine with a genocidal war. And as you see, I'm not afraid to talk about that because right now here you will see how the life of just a regular random guy somewhere from Ukraine was affected by the war and of course by this terroristic state. I don't want to focus more on this. I don't want to make it super political right there. I know how YouTube doesn't like those kind of political expressions, and algorithm doesn't like all that jazz. I know that for sure because there was already one video of me talking about Islas Malvinas, Argentinian territory occupied by UK. Well, I'm not sure the British government might have the other view on it, but I put it this way in respect to lovely Argentina, where I spent the 6 months of my life. Also, there was a video of me talking about Georgia. Correctly to say Sakartvelo, beloved country for me. I've been there several times. Another former USSR republic, but of course country with so much history and so much culture, so many beautiful people and places, and country that can offer so many things. So when I was talking political about all those places, the views were like super minimal. Maybe for half a year I got like 50 views. And then sometimes when you're talking about some food or just showing something super random without even planning or doing some scenario, the video can add up with a couple of thousands of views. But anyway, we'll leave it to the algorithms of YouTube and we'll keep it that way. So a little bit of a backstory for you. I was lucky enough to leave Ukraine 1 month before the invasion started. And when I'm saying lucky, I'm appealing to the life as the highest treasure, the highest benefit of everything that we have, let's put it this way, because some of my friends, I hope they went to the better world, they lost their lives for the others so they can continue living, continue fighting in different directions, and continue being resilient. So I left 1 month before the invasion started. I was already on the Norwegian Anchor when the invasion started 3.5 years ago. There was a nightmare contract for me. I was several times trying to, I was thinking, okay, there was a very chaotic period, but I was thinking, okay, maybe I should go back home and do something, even though I don't know how to fight, but I was like, okay, let's do something. And we agreed that it's going to be better for me, better for the family, for everyone, if I just going to stay, if I'm going to continue working, and if I'm going to contributing, I'm going to be helping financially, and that's going to be my input. Since then, I haven't been home. So each and every time I'm going on vacation, I'm going to different countries. And on one hand, you basically could say, oh wow, this guy never been home since then. Yes, sometimes I feel very sad. But at the same time, it also gave me opportunity to visit some places that I would never even visit. Some places I never even heard of. And I've been there, and overall I visit 66 countries of the world. Some of those countries you can see already on this channel. Feel free to check it out. By the way, there are some videos on this channel from long ago, but I start focusing on uploading nice videos, as I think, to the channel only like a year ago. So that's a little bit of a backstory about who am I and where I'm coming from. For those of you who are still living in the narrative, under the Russian narrative, I don't think you're going to see this video anyway, because you're receiving the information from the other alternative sources right there, which obviously cannot be trusted. Sometimes, most of the time, Western world interpret what's going on in Ukraine in such a weird way, in such a unbelievably wrong way. Sometimes I feel like, oh, there's like two brothers, you know, having some fight on a playground. No, it's a genocidal war, and unfortunately this genocidal war already lasted for over the 300 years. Our identity as Ukrainians tried to be erased. As of now, seems nobody care. But I know also that we are not alone in our struggles, in our fights. There's so many smaller or bigger conflicts happening right now in the world, and unfortunately the world is not the place of a fluffy unicorns and a pink rabbits right there. But anyway, I decided to put together this video only for one reason. I want the people also to understand that we are human, you know, we are the same as all the other. We have our feelings, we have our beloved ones, and of course we have our own unique culture, language, and our own identity, and we can contribute so much more to this world. And if you're gonna let empire of Russia consume us, it won't be good. The world won't win in this case. Another reason why I'm gonna be talking today about Ukraine on my channel, well, I'm Ukrainian, it's also because a few days ago there was a Ukrainian Independence Day we were celebrating. That's why I have this. This is the box of chocolate, which was presented to me by one of my staff, Valentina, one of my colleagues, co-workers right there. So thank you very much, from beautiful Colombia. Also my team, they decorated my office, our office right there on the ship. So when I enter, I was like, wow, I was very surprised, to be honest, to see all that. And also I want to recall that 1 year ago I was celebrating Independence Day, Ukraine Independence Day, in beautiful Argentina. And by the way, I spent there a lot of time of my life. You can check some, not just a couple of videos, there's some playlists from Argentina and much more on this channel. Unlike the previous vlogs, this video is a bit different. So I'm going to be showing you how my family reunite with me in Dubrovnik. Now, why we choose Dubrovnik? First of all, we doing Mediterranean season with our ship, Norwegian Breakaway. Only the ladies can leave the country. As of now, those guys between 18 and 60, they cannot leave the country. That's why, for example, I cannot go home, because if I'm going to go home, I won't be able to get off the country because of the martial law right there, which, nobody's talking about fairness or whatever it is. Look, there's a cause and effect. Ukraine was occupied, and whatever happened after that, only Russia should be accounted for that and blamed for that. The imperial state of Russia, the terroristic state of Russia, Putin, and everybody who supports him inside and outside of the country. But it's not about that. Since it's happened that our Mediterranean season was in summer, and my three lovely ladies, my mom, my auntie, and my cousin, which in Ukraine we don't use the word cousin, we use the word sister. It's like the sister, the native sister, then the secondary sister, if you wish, and the third grade sister, something like that. Anyway, so my cousin Valeria, it's basically a daughter of my auntie, and my auntie, she's a sister of my father. So that's how it works. So it was a summer, and we planned that they're gonna visit me somewhere on the way. Now, most of the time, our cruises were starting in Barcelona, like 9, 10, or 11 days back to Barcelona. But some of them, they were starting in Barcelona and ending in Trieste. So the Trieste would have also started the next cruise right there. So what I did, well, we planned with them together that on the way to Trieste, there's a 2 stops in Croatia, in Split and Dubrovnik. And then on the way back, again, Split and Dubrovnik. So we planned that they're going to go to the place so I can see them on the way to Trieste for 1 day, for example, and then on the way back from Trieste to Barcelona for another day. So we choose Dubrovnik. They book everything. It took a while for them to get there because, as you know, maybe you don't know or you don't realize this, that there's no flights from Ukraine and to Ukraine. So for them to cross the border, they need to get to the border somehow through the railway, buses, whatever, and only then from Poland, for example, take a plane to the further places, or from Hungary or Romania, Moldova, etc. So my dear lovely cousin, she basically took the big part of this, organizing all the logistics. Basically, she organized all that while I was busy working. So we communicated that I'm gonna meet them in Dubrovnik once. So they're gonna visit me on the ship, and then I'm gonna reunite with them in a few days again. So on the first day, I met them in Dubrovnik. I was very excited. That day we were having a drill on the ship. We also got the manager's meeting, but I was dismissed. And the way how it works, for them to visit me on the ship, they're not cruising, yeah, but they were visitors. So I needed to put them on this list. I need to have a reason why they're visiting me, who they are, and then that should be approved by the staff captain. And it was approved, and obviously from my part, I did my part in advance. So once they joined me, obviously it was a touchy moment. Not everything I can show, and obviously I was not vlogging that time because not everything should be shown. But again, I decided that I'm gonna show you something a little bit here and there. It might inspire. That I just ran out of the memory on my iPhone. I'm recording this to the iPhone right there. By the way, I just got myself a new microphone. I hope you can hear me, otherwise all of this doesn't make sense. But I hope this microphone is gonna help me to bring my channel to the new level. By the way, consider subscribing to the channel, as I'm gonna be posting a lot of from my lifestyle, which I hope is interesting. I consider it is interesting because I'm working in entertainment on board cruise ships, and I'm all the time sharing my traveling, visiting of different ports of call, different aspects of my life and stuff. So consider subscribing. Any reaction to this video actually gonna help me to contribute to the world, share my knowledge with the world. So thank you in advance. We continue. After the ship tour and the lunch, we went outside. We took an Uber and we went to the Airbnb next to the Lapad Beach, where my family was renting out Airbnb. Very nice area, so kind of recommend you that particular beach and that particular place. What day did I have here in beautiful Dubrovnik? Today was a very special day. I didn't put a lot because I reunite with my family. Not everything should be there on the camera, but it's very important. They came from Ukraine to visit me here in Dubrovnik, which is relatively close to Ukraine, in Croatia. And now it's time for me, after a beautiful couple of hours, to get back. Wasn't vlogging today a lot, but I want to just show something that my family brought to me. I got a lot of presents, including this embroidered shirt, Ukrainian national shirt with some ornaments. I love it. Me with my new beautiful outfit, and Dubrovnik. Thanks Dubrovnik for today. Less of me, more of a Dubrovnik. And I just want to share that I'm very happy because yesterday in Dubrovnik I had an amazing day with my family. It's just unbelievable. The war separated me from my family. I haven't seen my mom for a year. I haven't seen my sister for cousin for more than 2 years, and my aunt for 3.5 years. So my family arrived with so many presents, and I asked them not to bring a lot, but well, I requested some. This is like a card holder made in Ukraine, then some perfume. This is the toothbrush, some tea, that's something that I asked for. It's the glass for my iPhone, and some candies. more candies, and now let's do unboxing. Plenty of papers which nobody reads. I don't have time to read this. And then I guess that's the charging station. Looks good. Works like this. Now I'm unboxing vlogger right there. Yeah, there's the perfume, which there's no point to unbox, I guess, because it's a perfume. More of those brushes and or how do you call those ones? Whatever. Anyway, some tea. So after I showed them around, we went outside. We found ourselves in a beautiful beach, and it was amazing. Then again, I got back on board. There was embarkation day for me, and I met them again. I managed to free up almost the full day for my family, and this is the portion where I'm going to be showing you how I actually got off. Let me show you a little bit about Dubrovnik, how everything happened, and so on and so forth. I got off in beautiful Dubrovnik. That should be one of the best days of my life. Best day in a while. You will see why. So I'm leaving the ship behind, even though I'm super tired. I finished last night. It was already 12, maybe 15. And then I couldn't sleep. I think I just fall asleep when it was already like 3 a.m. and then somebody woke me up at 7 a.m. Now it's 9, almost 9:15, and all on board time is 6 p.m. So I'm gonna reunite with my family. So I hope by the time you're watching, the war is already finished. War in my lovely country of Ukraine is already finished, and we're talking about it only in the past. But I haven't seen my mom for over a year. She traveled with me on a cruise a year ago. I haven't seen my cousin for more than 2.5 years, and I haven't seen my auntie for more than 3.5 years. I saw her last time before war. So you probably can tell how excited am I to see them. Looks fancy. As you see, they do some little reconstruction of this area, so it's not fully open, but just imagine how beautiful it's gonna be once they're gonna finish. James Bond's speedboat in Dubrovnik, and I'm on the way to the beach next to Airbnb where my family is. I'm still walking along this promenade or the embankment, and the reconstruction is still going on, but there's not much room, so people are walking around. Maybe if you look at it from the west, believe me, it's a beautiful place and something that you not expect to see in Eastern Europe. Well, technically it's not East. By the way, there's a simple rule applied to my videos. If you see some animals in them, it's always like. And thank you in advance. This part already look good. There's some park here. Nice place to chill with your burek. What is burek? It's a local dish which I hope I'm gonna eat shortly. And this is this little gulf, and right there is our ship. Somewhere there is our ship. You still can see the corner right there, right? So what I was saying, technically, I mean, yes, technically Croatia has been part of the Eastern Bloc, but luckily for them, they get out of there, and now they're part of the European Union. And you can see the country making its effort, and it's huge effort. Plus there was a war here, I think, almost 5 years. And
yeah, the country probably still recovering, you know, like, well, you don't see the remaining of war from here, and I know that it wasn't the same huge, like, for example, right there in Ukraine. So that's why I have the best dreams and expectations that the war in Ukraine gonna finish one day. And anyway, it's good to dream in a place like such, right? All right, I left that place behind. The sea is just behind me. I need to go a little bit more uphill and then downhill, and then there's gonna be a beach where I'm gonna see my family. Last few weeks were very horrible for Ukraine because terrorist state of Russia was launching missile attacks and drone attacks. And you know, when we say drones, it's not like the drone, it's like it's a huge apparatus with plenty of explosion. One of those exploded maybe a year ago in front of my house. And by the way, you can help our people. You're gonna find a donation link down below. If you have extra dollar or two, you can help me to help them there back home. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna give this money for charity, and only for those people who really need to rebuild their houses and stuff. I kindly appreciate your help. Thank you in advance. And we continue this cruising vlog. Sorry for the moment of politics, but we cannot separate ourselves. And if there's anybody watching this, you are justifying terrorists' acts or acts of terrorism, I'm sorry, but you are not human, and you better skip this challenge. Bye bye. See you never. Meanwhile, it's a nice residential area, as you see. A lot of pine trees, flowers, bushes. By the way, this is a recommendation for those to come into Dubrovnik. Make sure that you have your swimming shoes. It's because of the beach, the cobblestone beach. Yeah. Behind me there's a stadium, soccer or football stadium, Lapad. Lapad is the area where we are right now. I continue moving along this green lash and these beautiful flowers. The place is beautiful. Yeah, there in downtown, well, not downtown, in the area of the port, there's like narrow streets and stuff. Downtown is the main thing. Here, I'm not sure if we're gonna go there, because for me, priority is to see my family.
Main thing that I have to remind you, first of all, your reaction to this video is very important because you can spread awareness about our lovely Ukraine and resilience of my lovely people who lives there, and all the Ukrainians who supporting all over the world, and everybody, the free world who's supporting us right there. So thank you very much for that. And if you have $1 or so, you always can help financially. You can find the link in the description down below, or if you subscribe to my Instagram, I'm inviting you to subscribe to my Instagram. You can find some donation links for different brigades. There I'm more proactive, and there you can see me almost daily right there. Here on the channel you can see the videos once, 2 times per week. I'm trying to make them consistent because I notice YouTube like that. Anyway, thank you very much for any reaction to this video, any donation, any support. I appreciate that. I hope we're all gonna celebrate our victory and a long-awaited peace somewhere in Ukraine. When it's gonna happen, I'm gonna invite everybody to my home, and we're gonna all have a huge party right there, which I'm gonna be hosting, which I'm gonna drop for you for free. You can stay in my home. Everybody will be more than happy to join. Well, I'm saying this because I'm more than sure there's not many people gonna watch this, maybe 50. Half of them is my family and friends, so you're all gonna be invited. Anyway, a little bit of positivity in this video. Again, I don't want this video to be depressive. I want this video to show that Even in time of war, there's always opportunity to support. By the way, we Ukrainians, we're supporting, donating for different charity organizations and do some fundraisers. This is already in our blood. We are helping every day, every other day, if we can. Every people, they have different way of contributing. I decided I'm gonna help financially. And as of now, that's my path. However, there is a way, there's always a chance that I'll be back. And if needed to take a weapon, you know, there's a chance. Even though nobody wants to die, nobody wants to find themselves on a battlefield, but unfortunately this world goes crazy.
And now moving downhill towards the sea. I hope you already can see the sea. I actually navigate without internet because I know where I'm going. I've been here a few days ago, so you probably won't see me, you know, like that heartbreaking moment. I already kept that to myself. So as you understand, I saw them, I invited them to the ship. I was very busy that day, got a drill and then the meeting and stuff, so we have seen one another only for 5 hours. And then we went out to that beach right there. We already picked up the guest in one of the ports in Trieste. The way there's gonna be video from Trieste. And now we're stopping in Dubrovnik one more time on the way to Barcelona. So I want to spend them, well, not the whole day, now it's already 9:45, but I can be back on board by 6, and that's where they live, somewhere in one of those residential areas. And I don't have internet. The thing is, I pay for 2 plans. Obviously, you know, my family's here, so I need to prioritize. One is through Airalo, like the eSIM, you know. But the thing is, I tried to activate it when my airplane mode was turned off. Because on the ship, in order for you to have a ship Wi-Fi, you need to have your airplane mode off. And then my local SIM didn't work. It's a nice promenade here with some coffee shop and stuff. I got myself some burek and I'm ready to impress my family. Okay, my Eastern European soul is now happy because I got a coffee in the morning. We love Ukrainians, we love coffee. I got my pastry for everybody with yogurt. Well, basically the burek is the local pastry. It can be with cheese, meat and whatever. Well, I got for myself with the cheese and I got 2 for my ladies. They got a breakfast, so they can split that one. I know there's gonna be even a lot for them because they're really big. And I got a coffee. And now I'm ready to meet them. I'm almost at the beach. I can see the sea. Nice. It's like hotels, boutique hotels, not a big hotels around. Well, some of them they're more luxurious, some of them less. But there's a lot of Airbnbs for rent. And relatively not that expensive. Especially if you're somewhere from west. But you got the turquoise water like this, transparent, crystal clear. The only thing, the stones. So make sure that you wear some footwear. This is how this Lapad Beach looks like. Wow, and it's not super busy yet. Cruisers are not here yet. They're probably in downtown. So the beach can be only for me and my family. Nice.
That day there was a jackpot for me because I not just reunite with my family, I was able to unwind a little bit from the environment of a cruise ship where we're working every day. And it's very important for us crew members to have this time off, time for ourselves. Well, in my case, time for me and my family. Such a nice beach here in Lapad, very civilized, not very busy. I've been here 2 times, nobody bothers you. You can rent out those beach equipment and stuff. Kindly recommend. Yeah, Lapad Beach. What else among the infrastructure is those changing booths or kiosks, whatever you call them, the showers, couple of bars and restaurants next to the water, again, couple of rentals, some water activities for everybody, including kids, so you won't be bored. Following my ladies. And then there was a time for me treating my ladies for a meal. So we went in the close proximity to this little promenade, and it's plenty different restaurants and cafes there. We just choose the first one we saw. There was a friendly stuff, and we just went there. And this is our meal for today. You can enjoy with us, and then we stop by a little gelato right there. And after that, there was a touchy moment for me to say bye-bye to them, take an Uber, and to leave. I'm back on board where my team is already entertaining everybody. You see, dancing right there. Doing good. Yes, shake it, shake it. Time for me to get back to the office, but I want to say thank you, Dubrovnik, for the family, for this great day, for all the experiences that I have here, and for accommodating me and my family. Thank you. Hvala. After a hot day at the beach, so nice to be under conditioned air. Wow. So as you see, there was a lot of great emotions, a lot of pictures, a lot of presents, a lot of everything. So that visit keeping me motivated. I'm almost at the end of my contract right now, but that visit keeping me motivated still. Continue working so we could reunite soon in the future. Now, thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you for being part of this story. I appreciate you trying to build here a little community. So it would be nice if you reacted somehow to this video. Leave me a comment, tell me what could be done better and stuff. I know this is a little bit of a spontaneous storytelling right there. It just, I felt like I want to record this video, and I did it. And I needed more than anybody else. But if you learned something from this video, or maybe this video explained you something, or maybe you inspired after this video, again, leave me your reaction. Any reaction helps small content creator like me to grow, and it's all about growing and progress. Thank you once again for watching. Check other videos on cruising and traveling on this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.